It is now time for Community Corner, and we are joined here today by Sun Valley Kitchen and Community Center. Thank you so much for joining us. If you could go around and just introduce yourselves.
Yeah, thanks for having us this morning. I'm Glenn Harper. I'm the founder of the Sun Valley Kitchen and Community Center.
I'm Sophia Chavez, and I work as Health and Wellness Coordinator for Sun Valley Kitchen.
And 1 second, they're sharing a mic. So,
And then my name is Emma, and I am the Program and Operations Manager at Sun Valley Kitchen.
awesome. Thank you so much. So Sun Valley Kitchen, I mean, it's in the name. You guys are in Sun Valley, right? And can you tell us what the organization does specifically in Sun Valley?
Sure. And for those who don't know where Sun Valley is, it's a little neighborhood south of Mile High Stadium. Often people who've lived in Denver for their entire lives don't even know that our little neighborhood exists. Mm-hmm. But we're a community center that just has evolved in response to community needs. So we've been providing services and programs for the last 10 years and just have been very reactive to the community. So food access is a big priority for what we do, youth programming, and entrepreneurship for residents in the neighborhood.
Nice. And why Sun Valley?
I was drawn to Sun Valley. The space that we have has a commercial kitchen, so we also have a restaurant in Sun Valley Kitchen, which is open Monday through Friday, breakfast and lunch. And so we just were drawn to this space and hoped that we could make this space something that was useful and benefited the community. And it's just been an organic process over the last 10 years.
I think that the story of how you guys started is super cool. Talk to us about how you came into, was it a abandoned grocery store that you guys originally started in? And
yes, it had always been a grocery store in the neighborhood, and I've lived in Sun Valley for the last 10 years. Prior to that, I was in Jefferson Park, which is the neighborhood just north of the stadium. And when the light rail construction was happening 12 years ago, I was on my way home and got to the intersection of Decatur and 13th Avenue, and I had been in the grocery store a couple of times over the years, and I literally said out loud to myself, you should make a left and go check out that building. And I did, and it looked vacant, and we just started moving forward with trying to figure out how we could get into that space.
So you guys, I'm looking at the sheet that Wes printed out for us, and it's full of all of the things that you do for the community. Can you talk a little bit deeper about what you offer to Sun Valley?
Sure. We have a food pantry that we facilitate twice a week, so Wednesdays and Saturdays for our community. We have kids cooking classes and gardening activities. We have a youth professional development and youth employment program, and then we also have a health and wellness program.
And you guys are also, I'm seeing I follow you on Instagram and I see all the events you do in the community too. And I'm always so impressed how committed you are to bringing the community together. Why do you think that's so important in a place like Sun Valley?
I think especially now with all the construction that's going on, it's in the middle of a big redevelopment project as well. So it went from a community that was mainly smaller homes and individual family units to a lot of apartment complexes, which kind of takes away a lot of the community. There's not a lot of spaces for kids to run around anymore, things like that. So I think providing opportunities for community to connect together again, for them to have fun together, to really get to know each other again is a really great opportunity, and that's what we're trying to provide.
yeah, and with your programs on your website, you talk about how nutritious food is a right, not a privilege, which I love that sentiment. And how does that no-cost grocery plan work for families and other individuals?
So we partner with Denver Food Rescue, and we have started this in 2016, so it's been going on for quite a while. And we provide a really great variety of food for our residents. And we've been fortunate to be able to kind of expand what we've offered as a result of COVID. So they just get a really great variety of fresh produce and eggs and dry goods and some toiletry items as well.
Awesome.
Have you seen, because it seems like Sun Valley is rather fragmented, right? Especially now that the main street is all in pieces, right? Have you seen, or how have you seen the community come together through your work?
I think especially for the no-cost grocery program, it's turned into where a lot of people will come like a few hours early, and they'll just be gathering, talking to each other. It just provides a space for them to do that, which I think is really great, and to get to know each other and just to see that community kind of build from the no-cost grocery program is really cool to see.
And I think, too, your focus on youth. Full disclosure, my son was part of the West Side Athletics and their running club. So I know he's saying hello to Nick in his head. But to see the way that you bring kids together and your focus on youth activities and youth enrichment is like really heartwarming because, you know, especially in neighborhoods like that, kids kind of get not forgotten, but, you know, left to the side sometimes, like their needs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's really cool. A lot of our programming we just started back up in like the recent months, and so our kids cooking classes, our kids gardening workshops, and also our West Side Athletics has been really cool to see all the kids be able to gather around, and we've really started to form little communities too, where we have like a regular group of kids come in. They're all super excited to see each other. They're excited to learn whatever we have to teach them. So yeah, it's been really great, and it's even talking to the parents, it means a lot to them too, to be able to provide a safe space for their kids to go, and to be able to just interact with the community.
Yeah, it's a good space for, you know, youth skills, life lessons. It's really cool. Do you guys still do the scholarship program?
We do, yes. And I'm glad you mentioned that because it's been a remarkable experience to start with our kids cooking class almost 10 years ago, and some of those kids who started out when they were 6, 7 years old are now our youth employees.
That's sweet.
And they're also now graduating from high school and going off to college, and so we started a scholarship program a number of years ago to support them in the little way that we can, and but it's a remarkable experience to watch the kids grow up.
Yeah, it's amazing to see growth within your own community like that. Yeah.
Absolutely. How can people get involved? How can they become part of your programming?
Yeah, so the best way is to reach out to one of us. We have our website,
feedingsunvalley.com.
feedingsunvalley.com. And there you'll find all the information you need to contact one of us, to sign up to volunteer for some of our programs. We have a lot of volunteers who do come to like our kids cooking class, to our gardening workshop, things like that. And that seems to be a really enjoyable experience for them as well. But yeah, just check us out online.
We are in the middle of Community Corner with Sun Valley Kitchen and Community Center. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to quickly get into like the health and wellness aspect of your organization.
Thank you. I've always been aware of the good work that Sun Valley Kitchen has done, but during COVID, the Boys and Girls Club have this big contest, and it's called Think Like a Genius. So they asked the youth that attend the Boys and Girls Club, what would you do differently if something like COVID ever happened again? And what they said was, we would teach our parents how to use patient portals because they can't get to their doctor appointments. We would figure out how to get our sisters and moms feminine products because they couldn't get their feminine products. Our little ones couldn't get diapers, and our dogs couldn't get dog food. And so they reached out to me because I'm a community liaison at Denver Health. And so I needed to find a place where we would be able to work. And so I approached Glenn, and he said, sure. And so he offered us his space. And so we got donors to give us diapers, donors to give us feminine products, donors to give us dog food, and then we were teaching the kids how to teach their parents who lacked the phone skills how to use MyChart patient portals. And so that's how we started. And then that led into a CDC grant, which was COVID recovery. And so we did the CDC grant together. And then after the CDC grant, Glenn was saying, this is a high-need neighborhood, and there's lack of access, and underinsured individuals or individuals who their Medicaid runs out, they don't have the money to pay for their Medicaid, so they have these gaps in care. And so Sun Valley Kitchen opened a wellness center. And our wellness center basically offers services. We have 2 sessions of culturally based care. There is a lot of ceremony and story involved, so it fits the different cultures and traditions of many individuals that live in the Sun Valley area. And a lot of it has to do with reframing, because a lot of our individuals are historically underserved, people of color, and so we need to get some of the old thought patterns out. So one is focused on your well-being. The second is focused on your relationships, really working on family patterns, healing family patterns. And then the third is your finances, really believing that, people, when they've grown up in generations of poverty, just changing that mindset is really important. So there's a lot of work that takes place. I mean, Sun Valley Kitchen really does work on mind, body, spirit of the community. We have the garden, which is in the community, but we also offer herbal medicine classes once a month. They get dinner provided, salad, a dessert, and we discuss how to use nutrition and herbs and planting, food as medicine, if you will. But there's Sun Valley Kitchen really offers a well-rounded program for the community.
It does sound very holistic, and I think that's so important. And part of community wellness is having fun.
Yes.
And so you guys have a pretty big event coming up in the middle of the month. So tell us about the Viaduct Night Market.
Yeah, so the Viaduct Night Market is going to be happening May 18th from 4 to 10 p.m. And it's really just a celebration of the community. We're going to have a lot of international food vendors. We're going to have a lot of different international items to buy as well, like jewelry, art, things like that, as well as a lot of different cool entertainment too. So.
Yeah, and so the night market is really a chance for you to get a taste of the whole community, for people both in Sun Valley and around Denver to really see how beautiful, how Sun Valley shines, like when somebody texted in. And I think that's so great to give. It's not even just here, come eat some food. It's local people cooking it, local people making the stuff for you to buy, local artists on stage.
Yes. This event takes place under the Colfax Viaduct at Mile High Stadium. And it's really been a dream of the community to have an international marketplace in the location where this event is held. So the community is kind of staking a little claim there that in the future, as that area changes, this event will grow into something a little more permanent as an international marketplace. But it's really came out of the community's desire to showcase and highlight the different cultures that we have in our community.
And so what kind of food I love the food part. What kind of food can we expect at the night market?
So much food.
So much food, yeah. So a lot of pho, a lot of different Mexican food. We have some really cool drinks and boba, things like that. So it's going to be a really cool event. And I also enjoyed going around last time and checking out all the cool different foods. So it's going to be very similar this year.
Yep, that's where I would be. Food trucks,
Right?
hanging out. Yep.
And last year you guys had a spicy hot dog eating contest. Are you doing that again?
We're doing a pho eating contest this year. So now pho is providing the food. It's in partnership with Little Saigon and Far East Denver, the center over there. And yeah, so we're going to be having a lot of people do that. So that'll be exciting.
Another really fun addition is Rainbow Dome is setting up a pop-up roller skating rink.
That's so cool.
So yeah, I think that's going to be so fun this time too.
Yeah, and you guys have adult spaces where you can imbibe in adult things.
Right.
And you also have a family zone where it's a full family event. You can bring toddlers to your great grandma, right?
Right. And we have Raíces Brewery there. They're a local Sun Valley brewery, and so they really bring a lot of great people to that event that love Raíces. Yeah, and it is definitely a family event. It's also just a really beautiful, diverse event, not only with the vendors and the artists and the performers, but the people who come to the event. It just, I think, highlights West Denver and our culture and the diversity that we have.
Yeah, so you can go there and get your eat on, and you have a big stage, right, with lots of local performers.
Yes.
So I looked at the performance list, and you guys have Stay Tuned, a local Latinx etc. It's a multicultural band. You have lots of DJs. In fact, our very own Sugar Bear will be DJing that event. That's very cool. You have lion dancers. I mean, it runs the gamut of all the cultures that are part of Sun Valley and West Denver. And I think that's like, and actually Echo and Westwood, they came and did a community corner with us a couple weeks ago, and their youth danzantes are going to be opening up. So that it's like you really are highlighting what is so special about our community. And I just like, there's not a whole lot of people doing that. And I just think it's great.
Thanks. Yeah. And the website to check out the lineup is sunvalleyrising.com. And yeah.
And we're also looking for volunteers too to help out at the event. So to help out with setup, tear down, as well as like helping out in the beer garden, just other fun things during the event. And you can find the volunteer sign up link on that website as well. So risingsunvalley.com.
Awesome. And this is the fourth event you guys have done for the night market. Give us all the details, like the date and the time and stuff like that, so people will know when to go.
Sure. It's May 18th, Saturday, May 18th from 4 to 10. And again, it's under the viaduct at Mile High Stadium. And you can bike or light rail, but there's also plenty of parking.
Awesome.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're looking forward to seeing the night market and just keeping in touch with Sun Valley Kitchen and Community Center. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sounds like a party.
Thank you.
Have a great day.